Hey everybody, long time no see. If you couldn't tell, this footage was actually filmed April of 2021. I completely forgot I had it, and well, since we don't have a whole lot of content to air on the station, since we don't have a whole lot of content to air right now, I figured I'd get this processed and put in. So, let's get to it. Hey everybody. Well, it's April here in the desert, so we're into full-blown summer already for most of you people. For us, we're nowhere near it. It's just spring, but you know, we're in the mid to high 90s. But a little bit warmer in the shed tent. But we do have a fan and cooler, so we won't actually die. Anyway, we are making a sign today, and really excited about it. We started on it last night, and the first part of it came out perfectly. So, gonna get some of the plasma cutting on the other side of it. Of course, we're gonna time lapse most of it. We don't want to bore you to death. But really excited about this project, and I hope you guys like it too. And on a side note, when we get to 100,000 subscribers, we will blow this sign up with tannerite. We've done it before, we'll do it again. Alright, here we go. That is a wrench. Ta-da! We're getting there. Hey, howdy, boys and girls. So, we've been cutting and grinding pieces for the last day and a half or so in our spare time. But now we're coming back and we're going to start welding some things together. Right now I'm going to be welding a back frame basically, so the access panels on the back of the sign have something to screw into. This metal, if you've forgotten, is super bent and not very happy, so it'll be a interesting procedure. But there again, we're going to go to time lapse, because you guys don't want to sit there for 20 minutes just watching me tack stuff together. Alright, let's get to it. Really gotta stop saying alright all the damn time.
Alright, alright, alright.
See, most people would just leave it at that, but I'm a firm believer in overkill. But given the metal is so thin, yeah, I'm gonna have to go like over here, over there, and just kind of work around. Hopefully, it doesn't distort too much. All right, Hercules, I can't get this with my glove on. Okay, so just know, so you know where I'm going with this. So this is going to be the back side of the sign. I welded this piece of metal in there so that the pieces I cut out can just have a few screws put in and we'll have a good seal. Now, keep in mind, everything's still bent. It hasn't been flattened out, so obviously not quite flush there. And then I got a waterproof control box. It's going to go on the back to hold the electronics, the sensitive electronic parts for the LED lights, and it'll run through onto the inside. So the sign itself, right now at least, won't be waterproof, but the LEDs are waterproof themselves, and then the control box and everything's going to go in here, which I'll seal up, and we'll make that waterproof. So, one more step on the road to being done. Alright guys, so I am currently working on a piece that will either be the top or the bottom of the wrench handle. And the problem we ran into was when we cut these 1-inch thick strips, they bowed from the heat of the plasma cutter. And we don't have oxyacetylene torch or anything to straighten them back out. So what I did was just freehand cut a couple little notches in it, and then I'm lining up whatever I can that's even and straight-ish. I'm going to put a couple of tacks on it, move down the row, so on and so forth. So that's where we are now.
straighten up at least?
A little bit. And there we have it, a really ugly wrench top. So when you're sanding on something, you want to make sure that, for one, you have good quality sandpaper, you have a good sanding block, or a really good power tool. So I decided to start recording because several things happened back to back that were funny. And I was like, this is the stuff we should be getting on camera. So we probably won't get any now. But now you're watching.
You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Go tell that long-tongued liar. Go tell that midnight rider.
Alright. We are way farther along than I thought we would be by now. And at the same time, I wish we were done. Anyway, working on my sign. Man, if that fit in there. Nope. Okay. So we got a couple pieces to do on the top on each side and finish off the inside of the wrench. We're close. I don't even know if you can see my face right now. But I've been working stupid long hours every day on this when it's not too hot to be out here.
My goodness gracious.
Welcome back, guys. It's been a couple of days since I recorded anything because it was just repetitive, the same old, so now we're doing something a little bit different. So on the back of the sign that I'm making, I'm going to use rebar to go in the ground. So I got these little pieces of tube, or pipe, sorry, that I cut off another piece of scrap that I had laying around. And I realized that, you know, I don't want this stuff, basically I don't want the rebar going through, damaging the sign, or worse yet, making it easier for somebody to steal. So I figured I'm going to cap these off, and then later I'm going to punch a hole in there and either put a security bolt or screw of some kind, or maybe even weld it, which I really don't want to, but so anyway, that'll be down the road. And I determined the proper angle that I want the sign mounted at, so I made these gussets out of some scrap metal that I got. They're a little bit too long right now, but so the basic story is they're going to go on the back of the sign like that, and the rebar will come up from the ground and go into the tube. So what I'm going to do is take this piece of extra scrap that I had from cutting these out, and I'm going to use it to cap both these little pipes. So I went ahead and sanded and beveled the edges on this a little bit, because this is absolutely flat. Well, as absolute as my shop gets. So I'll just weld one on, cut it, and then I'll weld the other one on, and then clean everything up. So that's where we're at now. Yay! Let's see, where are my magnets? Ooh, dirty. Dirty bird. Alright. Hopefully I get a good enough ground through the table. Still haven't cleaned it up, so we shall find out. Oh. Sometimes I forget I'm not wearing welding gloves and I pick stuff up and then I watch my gloves start smoking and I'm like, oh yeah, that's hot. For the record, it's been pointed out that I say the word alright way too much, whether it be recording or not, so it is something I'm making a conscious effort to try to calm down on, alright? Gotcha. Okay. So we'll let those cool off before we cut them up. And there's the finished product. I decided to go ahead and make a gusset plate to attach to the sign itself. That way it's just a little better supported on there. I realize this is all overkill, but I don't want to have to redo it again. And this is stuff I already had, so I'm not paying for anything but time and a little bit of material to weld. So obviously it's not cleaned up. I just threw them up here. Probably clean it up after I weld them on. Alrighty. I said it again. Helps if you ground it. That's what I get for nitpicking. Alright, I'll get the other one welded up, cleaned up. We'll be back. Alright everybody, now the moment you've been waiting for. Our custom made sign. Ta-da! just wanted to add that this sign has been in operation as far as the LEDs go continuously, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week since April. So let's see, what are we looking at now? Jesus, 10 months? Yeah, I think we're at 10 months now. Zero maintenance, just cutting the weeds down around it. Some of the footage did get lost and or not recorded. Camera issues. But if you have any questions on this, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to fill you in on it. Also, I was originally planning on polishing this thing, just using the metal itself and then clear coating it, but due to time constraints and supplies that I didn't have, I ended up just painted the inside copper to help just kind of color contrast, and then kind of a silvery chrome on the outside. So you can kind of tell that because it was a rattle can job and conditions weren't great. So anyway, if I spent just a little bit more time on it, it'd look a lot better. But I'm still happy with it. It was my first one ever, so I'll take it. Anyway, until next time, take it easy. I love you.